all the way up there.
Oh, I can see that. Over here, on
Wow. And out over there. Where the heck are they all coming from?
I don't know.
We're not dead yet. You guys are gorgeous. Oh, that one was so close.
Down in here. I don't know where you're going.
Come here, come here. Thank you for the feather you left me. Greatly appreciate it. For 5 of them. Come here, my lovely. We're not even caring about the bus. Oh my gosh. That's bad. It's like you see one and then wham, and the rest of them show up. 107. This is ridiculous. And they can sniff out from that high. Oh, they're way up there now. All these clouds. Nothing. Oops. Hi guys, White Witch 110 here. How is everyone? I bought myself a little fan. Oh, it kind of helps a little. The birdhouses you've seen. This is yeah. This is the white one. Painted, isn't this is gorgeous? And there's the side, and then I use that in silver, and then the little bling. There's the other side. There you go, and then on top. Now I had thought this is so pretty enough, but then I thought, wait a minute. I was thinking you could put this at a wedding and then have people drop their wishes to you in here. But then I thought, how do you get them out? You'd have to end up maybe cutting a little hole in the bottom. I don't know. But that was just a off the top of the head idea. And the other one, now the other one, how many of us? I haven't done anything in here. The other one, I painted it green. And then what I'm going to do is use the jute recording I have. I thought this was thicker. I might not now. I was going to use it under here and under here and then around here. But I would like this to be thicker than it is. That's a little thin for what I want. I may, in that case, end up using some of this. I don't know. But I've been taking my craft stuff. Like last night, I took the white birdhouse. Well, of course, I had both these birdhouses out in the living room with 2 little cups with some paint in them. And I painted them up. And because it's so stinking hot here, it took no time at all for them to dry. No time at all. And then I really love that. I would use this for people to put their wishes to a married couple in. I would. But, yeah, even my cards, I haven't done any of them for a few days. Oh, and the birdhouse is going to have the bird that I received from Jeff and Tammy, the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. This bird's going to go on the roof. That's the whole reason why I bought these 2 bird houses. And you know, I do like doing them. They're of course bigger than my usual ones, but it's nice for a change. And then having the larger birds that they sent me, it's great. I really appreciate it too. I could put a butterfly on them too. Yes. Okay. Ideas are just whirling. Hey, Boo. Poor Boo. He's so hot. Poor kitty. At least now he's laying on the tiles. We came home, I think he was on our bed. I don't know what this cat has about that. It's like 40... When we were at the station waiting for the bus to get to the mall, hubby checked with our weather network and it said it was 42 Celsius, which equals to 109 Fahrenheit. The only other time it's been hotter here than was a couple of Canada days ago, a couple of years ago, that at one point during the day it was 116. There were not many people downtown celebrating, and the ones that were on Parliament Hill, they had these giant misters going over the crowd to keep them cool. And of course everybody thought at night it would cool down and they could go and enjoy the evening, but no, it didn't do much of anything, that's for sure. But yeah, but baby's finally laying on the tile. Hey, Boo Boo. He's like, oh, bugger off. I'm too hot to look at you. Hey. Yeah. And I still keep looking at these cute dresses. I'm definitely gonna add some more stuff to them. It's just right now. Hubby was thinking of me getting a larger fan than this, and I could plug it in. I said, well, the only problem is if I'm using my glue gun, I gotta plug that in. Because we're in a bachelor, you have to watch out where you plug what. When he uses the candy floss machine, the fan can't be on. So when he does that, you really want it to be a half decent evening. Last night he tried one of the new flavors that we got, which is birthday cake. And then he tried a new combination of cherry and chocolate. He did 2 different batches, and we're asking people at work which one they prefer. Looks like the second one is hands down. And when it's not so humid over the next few days, he got strawberry, so that's another one that he's going to try. And then I think that one's also he's going to try with the chocolate. So, and then I was explaining to one of the couples at work today that when he when he puts a new flavor in, you still have some of the old flavor. So that candy cotton that comes out, he just sticks into a bag. And Alyssa, she said, well, mystery cotton. Just put the balls into a bag and call it mystery cotton. I said, you know what, that's cool. We should call it Alyssa's mystery cotton. And she started laughing. She's a sweetheart. And her husband's a brat. No, they're a couple that we are close to. They really are sweeties. But I'm going to continue to read my paranormal experiences. I was thinking of going outside because I see there's a breeze, but the breeze is hot. It's disgusting. So, yeah. So hang on a second. Okay, we had left off at the first building that I was talking about where we worked. Now, our next contract was a 4-story building. The 4th floor was rented by an architect firm. There was nothing different this night than any other. I was at the reception desk emptying a garbage can when I heard a female voice say, "Hello." I replied with, "Hello," back. I turned to my husband and said, "Someone must still be here." He went to check and returned moments later to say no one was in the office but us. The only spot I had felt uncomfortable was in the back portion of this unit by the washrooms and kitchen. I never heard the voice again, but continued to clean the back area as quickly as possible. Another evening, my husband observed an orb in a 3rd-floor classroom. He said it moved quickly above a large table in the middle of the room. He asked me what an orb looked like and how it moved. I quickly went with him to the room in question, but nothing was there. I attempted to explain it away by the traffic below, but that was shortly debunked. Car lights from the street. It wasn't what he had seen, he told me. The event never repeated itself. Oh, I should show you that building. Yeah. And this is the building here. It's no longer Lower Secord. I think it's a coffee shop now. Okay. Our 3rd building. One evening, while straightening out the supply room in the basement, I saw a black mass move by the doorway. The direction in which it moved led to the foundation wall and just a few steps from our room. Another night, after completing our work, we were waiting for the bus home across the street from the building, when movement in the upper 2nd floor window caught my eye. There appeared to be a black mass flying around the office back and forth. Its size went from small to medium. This lasted only a few moments before it disappeared. Another night, I was cleaning the washrooms at the back of the 2nd floor suite, and hubby was emptying the garbage cans at the desks in front. He came into the woman's washroom with that familiar look, so I asked. He explained that he was at a desk and looked up from the garbage can to see a woman from the shoulders up. He was waiting for her to come around the cabinet and pillar to say hello, but she never came round. He checked, and no one was there. Thinking more about it, he had never heard the elevator door open or close. My response was, "Another one? Boy, they like you." He said he didn't like them because seeing them unnerved him. And this is the building here. This one. They were very close, these contracts, so we could walk to them easily, like a triangle. Our fourth building was the most haunted one without a doubt. It had been a veterans hospital until it closed in the 1990s due to budget cutbacks. Constructed in 1961, it was the largest Canadian Forces hospital in Canada. It became headquarters for the Canadian Forces Health Services Group after closing as a working hospital, although if needed, it can be put back into operation for an emergency. Oh, the paper's sticking together. I mean, I know I can tell you all of these experiences, but I'm likely going to forget something. So it's better if I read it. And this is NDMC, National Defense Medical Center. It's an old photo, but there you go. And this is part of it as well. This is before. There's another hospital back here now, the General, and also CHEO, which is the Children's Hospital. So that is very old. My first week on the 5th floor, a spirit peeked out from a room where the shredder, photocopier, and printers were kept. The spirit was illuminated from within himself in a bright creamy color. All that was visible was the head and a shoulder. It was only a quick peek, I'm supposing, to see who I was. The impression I received was a balding man of a round build. It was only a couple of seconds, then it was gone. The second time I seen spirit on the 5th floor, my husband also sensed it with the hair on his arm standing up. It was early morning, and in the darkened corridor, I could see there stood two forms at the end of it. One a man, the other a rotund woman. They stood side by side in front of the double doors watching us. My impression was they were curious about us. Then, just moments later, halfway up the hall, I saw another shadow. There was a table there with a printer on it, so it was very easy to see the shadow in the cream side panel. The shadow did not come up to the top of the printer, and it disappeared quickly into the adjacent room. The next apparition on the 5th floor was down the hall where our break room was located. The hallway contained the operating rooms when this was a functioning hospital. I observed a male figure in greens standing with his head down and rifle in front of him with the barrel tip resting on the ground, and he held the butt end. A strong emotion of prayer emanated from him, but I'm not sure whether it was for a friend or if it was for his life lost within that operating room. Early morning, walking down the 5th floor A hallway to the boardroom in the dark, I had the intense feeling of being watched. It was as if these spirits were coming out to see who was walking in their hallway. I announced it was only me going to check the boardroom so they could all go back to their beds and rest. I sensed only a couple of them staying at their doorways as I walked by. There is a washroom tucked away in what would have been the nurse's station that most people did not know about. I had used it on a few occasions, and this one time noticed a shadow pass in front of the door. I heard no footsteps walking either way in front of the door. When I left the washroom, I looked both ways, and no one was there. There was a door to the left, but like all other doors in the hospital, I did not hear it scrape open or close. On another occasion, my SVT, that's a fast heartbeat under stress or dehydration, had started, so my husband took me to the supply room, a former operating room, to lie down on boxes. Falling asleep is one of the ways I can relax enough to convert my heart rate to normal rhythm. While laying in the dark room, I could sense a nurse by my side, then a doctor. I expressed my thanks for them for being with me, though I knew I couldn't sleep. The SVT did not convert, and I went to the hospital for further medication. My husband had the lights turned off on him while in the men's room on the 5th floor. He never heard someone come in or leave. These doors are noisy and would make a sound for sure. The 6th floor, I was just checking the time, the 6th floor was where the morgue had been located. It has never made sense to me, but everyone claims it to be so. Working on this floor had never bothered me at all. The only spirit I have seen on this floor is someone in greens walking along the hall. This was during the morning garbage round for me. My hubby was tagging along on this one morning. I was entering a room to collect garbage, and I noticed a soldier coming down the hall. I was going to mention to hubby that he should move over, but didn't bother. Then I came out of the room and inquired as to where the gentleman went. My husband looked at me and asked, "Who?" I said, "Forget it," realizing what I had just seen. I tried to debunk it by tilting my head at different angles, but there was nothing to give the impression of a person walking down the hallway. So I'll leave it there for tonight because it is getting warm in here. This little fan's good for a while, but that's about it. So thank you for coming by to hear more of my haunted experiences. Hope you enjoyed that, and there is more to come. And again, I'll show you the completed, well, almost completed, just needs the bird on it. There. And I've got some cards to put into a case that this container I brought home from work that has a lid on it. So I've got that to do this evening or over the weekend. So, to my loyal subscribers, my extended family, thank you very much for coming by. Always appreciate it. You're much loved. Anyone who's new, thank you for dropping in. Check out any of my other videos. If there's any there that interest you, please consider giving a thumbs up. Drop a comment, I'll get back to you. Share them out if you'd like to. That's appreciated always. Think of subscribing, and if you do, click the notification bell so you'll know when I next upload. So have a great rest of the evening. I'm going to be placing myself in front of our fan and not moving. Oh my goodness. And tomorrow we're looking at hopefully rain all day. Hopefully it cools things down. And I hope that your Saturday is a great one. And until the next time, as always, ciao for now.